Rose, Y94, the number one hit music station. 0, Amy Kaye in the Y94 Morning Playhouse. Easy money calls as the day progresses. Make sure you've signed up and told us when you listen at Y94.com or text money to 35270. In a couple of minutes on the ratted out by your kid. You're good company, apparently. It happens more than you think. And there's one guy and his kiddo trending like crazy this week. Tell you why and see if you've ever been ratted out by your kids in a couple of minutes on the show. First, I need my music for this. This is the first ever installment of the Y94 Morning Playhouse Sound Effects Theater. Now, this really leans on you, Amy.
And I have no idea at all what we're doing.
I know. Here's why it leans on you. I've wrote...
Oh, man. This is going to be like the Hallmark
Kind of. It's
Christmas.
A pointless, nonsensical story. But because it's sound effects theater, what I need you to do, Amy, and I think it'll be pretty obvious where you're supposed to do this, you are going to provide with your mouth sound effects that you think fit the story, okay?
So no props.
I don't think you would have any prompts that would make sense, but if you want to try, you're welcome to.
Okay.
Are you ready?
As ready as I can be, I guess. A little nervous. I want to know what this... I feel like it's going to be something ridiculous.
I worked really hard on it. It took me a whole 3.5 minutes.
Okay.
All right.
Here we go.
This is Sound Effects Theater. This is the story of JoJo and her exciting day. JoJo's alarm went off promptly at 5 a.m. She hit snooze. And then about 8 minutes later, her alarm went off again. And then she hit snooze. And then about 8 minutes later, her alarm went off again.
Is this just about her alarm going off?
No, there's more.
I'm so sick of this alarm going off.
JoJo jumped out of bed. She was ready to take on the world.
Let's go, Day.
She brushed her teeth. Used the toilet. There's just a flush would have been fine. And hopped in the shower. While she was in the shower, she had a shower beer. And burped.
I can't burp on command.
She made herself a delicious breakfast with sizzling bacon.
Ooh, burp myself.
And a freshly brewed pot of coffee. And then it was time to head off to work. She opened her garage door. Got in her car. It's a little cold outside, so it took a moment for that car to start, though. Finally, the car revved up. And the radio fired on, and of course, as always, Y94 was on.
Y94.
She then drove to what was surely going to be a very exciting day, her job interview, and it was a circus.
Oh, I don't know what I'm going to do for that.
Yes, that's right. It was so busy at the music instrument store, you could call it a circus.
What?
You always loved music. While she waited for the manager to interview her for this amazing job, she wandered the aisles. And because she's always loved music and basically plays every instrument, she stopped at many of them, first playing the piano. Then the guitar. Then the triangle.
Ting, 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 ting.
Then the French horn.
Boom, 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 boom.
She makes Christmas music, I find.
Yeah.
Then she stopped and played the bongos.
I don't know how to do the bongos.
And then the oboe.
The oboe?
Well, I don't know.
I think it's more like...
Pretty good. Then the manager came up and gasped. He realized that this was the perfect person for this job. Seeing that JoJo loved music, he immediately gave her the job and she burst with glee. But before she left, she decided she would sell. She grabbed her purchase and played it as she exited the store. That instrument was a kazoo. She got back in her car.
Is the weather still bad?
And then a thunderstorm started. But it didn't bother her none because she just gotten her dream job. And this is Sound Effects Theater. Nicely done, Amy. I think you did better than you were probably giving yourself credit for. That was not so bad.
I mean, kind of, maybe.
There was a couple. I'm a little confused about a few of the instruments, but you did okay.
The instruments were hard. I also think my bad for making the toilet sound effect of her actually using the toilet.
You know what? You're dedicated.
True.
You are dedicated.
Why?
Welcome to the